Welcome back to my subscribers and everybody on YouTube. Today I wanted to talk about anemones for all you guys and girls out there who want to make a saltwater tank and raise an anemone in your tank and have a clownfish host it and stuff like that. It's pretty cool to see in the marine aquarium hobby. This right here that I have in my tank, this is my rose bubble tip anemone. And I've had it now for maybe about 5 to 6 months. It's doing healthy. They can run up to about 190, maybe even higher, depends on how colorful the anemone is and how big it is and stuff like that. Some can be hardy and some can't. You gotta have a mature tank. It's the best way to keep an anemone alive, because if you throw it in there 2 weeks after you got your tank set up, you're gonna have bad results. These anemones are really pretty under actinic lighting, which I have right now. My clowns are hosting. I have it under some good flow right now. They love a lot of flow for them to flourish. Got a power head, another power head over here, and they hit this anemone perfect. And he has not moved from this spot since the day he was in the tank, so I'm assuming he's comfortable, he's happy, and I feed him a piece of krill. I don't want to feed him too much. I've heard you can feed your anemone like quite so often, but it takes them a while to digest. So I only feed my anemone 1 piece of krill at least once a month, maybe once every 2 weeks. But either every now and then the clown, when I feed the tank, he'll bring him down a piece of food. When I feed him mysis shrimp, he'll bring a piece of mysis shrimp down, or some flake food, you know. But these anemones are really good for the home tank. They're pricey, but I got mine for a deal. I got it for about $40 at a fish store, and I was really good about that. I mean, $40, I'd pay that better than $100, you know. But the anemone is doing really healthy. I think it's gonna be here for a while. It hasn't split or anything. I think it's grown since I've gotten it. The tips, they're still a little bubbly, but during the day when I have the daylight bulbs on, they extend fully and lose the bubble. But in captivity, I've seen when I bought this anemone in the fish store, it was bubble tipped. Like, the tentacles were not long like this at all. But now that it's here, I don't know if I had better lighting in the fish store, that the lights extended, the tentacles extended but I've researched it online, and people don't know why they lose their bubble tips, but I like it the way it is right now. I think it looks beautiful right now. And you know, these guys will look good in your tanks. If you guys are starting out, let your tank mature. Let it mature for about a good 6 months, maybe 7, maybe a year, to have a good anemone like this. You can get anemones like the Condylactis, which will run you about $10 to $8 maybe. But those, you know, they wander around the tank. They sting your corals. They're not known to host clownfish. If you want to get into that hobby with clowns and anemones, don't get a Condylactis. But if you have maybe a fish-only tank, maybe you could get in there a Condylactis that'll move around. But make sure that the fish you put in there are going to be like reef safe or something like that won't harm the anemone. But there's other kind of anemones out there. There's the green bubble tip, which is similar to this one, but it's green. Those are a little bit cheaper, around $20, maybe $30. Clowns love those. You can get a sea bay anemone, which some say are kind of hard to keep in captivity. There's also the long tentacle anemone. I've had those in the past. They're beautiful. They stay in the bottom of the tank. I sold it because I wanted anemone on my rock work, so I thought I'd change it up a bit. So I sold the long tentacle anemone, and then that's when I got this one several months later. There's also the giant carpet anemone. The Ocellaris are known to host that as well. But I ain't gonna fit that in my tank because they grow pretty big. But as for these anemones right here host almost a lot of good clowns. They host, of course, my Ocellaris clowns. They host tomato clownfish, Clarky clowns, skunk clowns, maroon clowns. Mostly all the clowns you can think of. I don't think why a clown would reject a rose bubble tip anemone. But I think what made me get a rose bubble tip anemone was probably New York Stilo. I looked up to him for all his videos. He's inspired me to get some good corals and stuff like that. And if I was y'all, go out, get a rose bubble tip if you know what you're doing, and you're an experienced aquarist and have a mature tank. Get yourself one. They're beautiful, and enjoy your anemones. Please rate, comment, subscribe. Ask me questions, message me if you need any help or have questions about anemones and getting clownfish to host anemones. I'm here to help if y'all need me. Please rate, subscribe, and I'll get back at y'all. Thanks.